Hey, Happy New Year! Hayden here, Certified Academic Life Coach for teenagers and for young adults. It's a brand new year, it's 2015, and it's the perfect time to set some new goals and some New Year's resolutions, right? Well, kind of. I'm here to share with you today why New Year's resolutions themselves don't work. At the heart of the problem is really we need to address our thoughts, habits, and actions. If we make positive changes on our thoughts, habits, and actions, that's how we achieve what we truly want. And really just having a resolution is just throwing something out there that you want to achieve without planning how you're going to do it. So here are the 4 reasons why New Year's resolutions don't work. Reason number 1 is that New Year's resolutions are usually too big or too vague. Just saying, I'm going to lose weight, I'm going to get in shape, I'm going to be a better student, I'm going to be better at time management. That doesn't really mean anything. Like I said, it's saying something you want to achieve, but doesn't really address who you need to be or what you need to change about yourself in order to make that happen. Reason number 2, goals are usually out of your control. To say you want to, get in shape, or to say you want to get better grades, or to say you want to get better at time management, there's a lot of factors in those goals that are out of your control. For example, just to say you want to raise your grades, who is the person that really gives you the grade? It's not yourself, it's your teacher. So you can't directly control what grades you get, but you can control the actions and effort that you put into getting the good grades. Same thing with time management. It'd be wonderful if we all had so much more time on our hands. However, we can't control whether or not someone calls us or whether or not we get bombarded with emails. So you must create a system for yourself where that you're in control of your time and that you don't answer emails or don't answer phone calls for specific amounts of time. Reason number 3 why New Year's resolutions or goals don't work is because it does not show you how to achieve it. It does not provide you with a plan on how you're going to achieve it. Because like I said, in order to truly achieve what you want, you need to make positive changes with your thoughts, habits, and actions. And just saying your goal or New Year's resolution doesn't provide you with a plan on how you will change your thoughts, habits, and actions. And the 4th reason why goals and New Year's resolutions themselves don't work is because it doesn't sustain long-term interest or motivation. Tell me if this sounds familiar, that you have a really great goal at the beginning of the year, like to get in shape or to get better time management or to get better grades, but then, you may start off really well and a few weeks pass, maybe a month passes, nothing really changes, and then you go back to your old ways. Because simply saying what you want without creating a system of how to achieve it, it doesn't provide that long-term interest or motivation. Now, I'm not saying that goals or New Year's resolutions are bad. In fact, they're important. It's important to establish what your goals and New Year's resolutions are because it gives you something to work towards. So let's write down on a piece of paper right now some of your biggest goals for 2015. Maybe it is getting better grades or being better at time management or to get in shape. So get a piece of paper and write down your biggest goal for 2015. All right? After you've done that, right under that, write what's useful. What that means is, what are you currently doing that's useful towards making that happen? Which of your thoughts, habits, and actions are useful to making getting better grades happen? Right? Think of which of your thoughts, habits, and actions you're currently doing that's useful to getting those better grades. Is it that you're using your planner? That's useful. Is it that you're communicating with your teachers? That's pretty useful. Is it that you're setting aside time every day to start your homework at the same time and setting aside specific hours to study for a test? That's very useful. Now I want you to write down what's not useful. All right? So under what's useful, jot down what you're currently doing that's useful. Then write down what's not useful. Then jot down which of your thoughts, habits, and actions are not useful. Now, if this is a big goal that you want to achieve, I'm guessing there's going to be quite a few things that might not be useful in what you're doing. This includes thoughts, habits, and actions. So which of your thoughts, habits, and actions are not useful? And be honest with yourself. Is it procrastination? Is it playing too much video games? Is it hanging out with your friends after school when you should be at the library? Is it being on Facebook and social media all night long before you finish your homework? Is it being stubborn and refusing to go to a tutor? Is it being stubborn and refusing to get help and listening to your teachers? So really be honest with yourself. Which of your thoughts, habits, and actions are not useful to achieving what you want? All right. So now that we're starting to think in terms of thoughts, habits, and actions, I want to give you a system that you can use to start implementing in your life. So instead of just thinking about goals and New Year's resolutions, let's start making well-designed actions. Well-designed actions, or WDAs for short. WDAs have 4 criteria. They're stated in the positive. Getting started in success or failure of the action depends entirely on you. WDAs put you in control. That's really cool. It is specific and measurable, and it has a good size to time ratio. Okay, so let me give you some examples. Let's say your goal is to get better grades, but turning that into a well-designed action is studying for every test this semester 2 days before the actual test date, and using the one final day to either ask questions that you don't understand or to review your notes. Do you see how that's so much more specific, and it provides you with an actual action plan instead of just saying you're going to raise your grades, but this semester you're going to actually make the well-designed action of studying 2 days before the actual test date and using the one remaining day to either ask your teacher questions or review your notes. Or let's say one of your goals this semester is get better at time management. That's a great goal to have, but let's break it down into a WDA. The WDA would be to use my planner every day in every class. And if I have no homework, write no homework. See, that's a specific, well-designed action that's in your control, it's specific and measurable, and either you're going to do it or you're not. See, that's a very good action step. Or let's say your goal this semester is, I want to get my homework done earlier. That's a great goal to have. But let's make it into a specific, well-designed action where we use our planner and block out specific chunks of time when we start our homework. And during homework time, that means no Facebook, no Twitter, no texting. It's just homework time. And this also brings me to another well-designed action that helps with time management. It's something I call Sunday night planning. On Sunday nights, take 10 minutes out of your evening, open up your planner, and block out chunks of time where you already know you have after-school commitments, and then plan accordingly what time you're going to start homework every single day during the week. See, that's a specific, well-designed action that helps you create useful habits, useful actions, and useful thoughts. All right, so that's it for me today. We talked about why New Year's resolutions don't work on their own and why you need to implement well-designed actions because it helps you address your thoughts, habits, and actions. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe on the button below. Please share with your friends on Facebook and Twitter and LinkedIn. And if you know of a teenager or a young adult who could benefit from creating systems in order to address their thoughts, habits, and actions to make positive changes to achieve their goals, please contact me directly at hayden@haydenleealc.com. That's hayden@haydenleealc.com. Thank you so much. I wish all of you an awesome 2015, and I hope to hear from you really soon.